do have a lot more cunning than either of these. You really are the archer commander. With that amount of cunning, because it's only retinue, right? Yeah, it's ammunition for retinue. You have to be the archer commander. It's just too bad that the authority is kind of wasted. Because archers don't need a lot of morale. But that faction-wide satisfaction is really, really strong. That's why it's kind of unfortunate that the commanders are the authority character. It just means that their melee cavalry stay in battle longer. Yay. It would be a lot better on... I think sentinels should be authority. Sentinels should be the ones with the high morale so you can keep them in the fight longer. Personal opinion. What does resolve give beyond hit points? Hit points and population growth.
We will both benefit from this.
Huang Xiao wants to form a coalition with me. However, he also wants all of my ancillaries. No.
Pity we couldn't agree.
Yeah, surely resolve is the not buying a new carpet. Zhang Yan declared war on the Yellow Turban Rebellion. The world must be healed, the Yellow Turbans are the healers. To purge evil from the land, we must first cure ourselves of sin. Only then can the healing process really begin. Which faction rank? Healed. Gain a new character. Bunch of experience. Wait, did I just... Oh, I just accomplished that mission. Interesting. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Yeah, I did just complete it. Faction development, subservience to the people. Abandon your saintliness. Put away your prudence and the people will gain 100-fold. We have studied the scriptures and taken our next step towards enlightenment. What shall we study next? Oh, that's the population growth, isn't it? So that's been dealt with. Building buildings. Cool. Mission issued. We read that one. From each according to their ability to each according to their needs. See, for the Yellow Turbans, that seems to be making more sense than, say, Kong Rong. My lord, the generals under your command are talented individuals, each with an array of skills that can be put to use in improving your realm. In each commandery, they can be sent on assignments to oversee and improve the infrastructure, both military and civic, of your lands. Each character has different qualities to bring to these endeavours, so inspect your options carefully. And we'll gain a noble sword if we do this. Ensure the following building is being constructed. A Scholar's Lodge. Gain 5,000 treasury. Wisdom and scholarly consideration will lead to a better future. My lord, we have many scholars willing to assist us in shaping a just and virtuous society. Construct a Scholar's Lodge so we have a central place for keeping and studying the sacred texts. Your virtue increases. We are balanced. When the Great Way ceased to be observed, benevolence and righteousness came into vogue. Unity provides duality. Duality produces trinity, and trinity provides harmony. From harmony comes all things. The knowledge that you gain to lose, and lose to gain. You have seen that knowledge and better understand, yet there is still much to do. Yellow Turbans strive for balance in the world. We have gained that, so we gained another character as well. And we've read that one. So let's take a look. We have gained Gong Xiaobo. Who is scholarly, +4 expertise, +4 cunning, +25% character experience. Nice. Vengeful, +2 resolve, +6 instinct, and modest, -15% retinue upkeep. +2 cunning, +6 authority, and they are a scholar. So should be someone that we bring in to your army. However, you hate Zhu He, so not happening. But in this army, just out of interest. Gong Xiaobo would be perfectly at home. I wonder...
How can I serve?
If we bring Gong Xiaobo into this army instead of Zhang Kai and then bring Zhang Kai over here, will Zhang Kai get on with this guy? Disregards education, wary of intelligence, admires zeal, decisiveness, patience, trustworthiness, and drunkenness. Disregards education and intelligence. And you
News of what occurred in my absence.
commends bravery, zeal, caution, patience, war. Dislikes discipline, intimidation, diplomacy, and power. Rivals of Martang. I think that you would get on with him. Yeah, see, you like Zhu He already.
Remain poised.
I return.
Unfortunately, we would then have to pay the recruitment cost again. It's just slightly wasted having two veterans in the same army.
I am at your disposal, my lord.
So bringing in the scholar, I think, is a good move.
Remain firm.
That's gonna cost me 5 grand. Of course it is. You can you can, can't you? Let's reload the autosave. Thank you for reminding me of that dogmatic twitch I had forgotten.
War grows
Just need to get them to
bitter
talk to
and
each other.
enduring between you and your enemy. If there is
Do
no
factions have
end in
special
sight,
units? Yes, they do.
then the people will grow weary of the protracted conflict. A swift and decisive end to this matter may be in your best interest.
What are the victory conditions? That's a good question. We'll check that in a minute. And Sainty,
Life
thank you
is
very much for the
fleeting,
follow.
as
Welcome to
is
the channel.
victory. In these chaotic times, only the strongest can survive the storm that ravages China. The weak are not so fortunate. Outmaneuvered and isolated, a faction was crushed into a...
So our unique unit is this
I
guy,
return.
Guardian of the Land.
How fair the
They're like mega heavy halberd infantry, very, very heavily armored. There are a couple of units which our faction can recruit, which are like the Reclaimers. In fact, the Yellow Turbans basically have their own roster compared to the other Chinese factions. There's a couple of overlapping units, like the Peasant Militia, Peasant Archers, but generally the Yellow Turbans are pretty unique.
True. With purpose. May this find you in good spirits. Perhaps next time.
So we need to get these two to talk to each other. And then give up the unit. So we've read all of this stuff already. And we gained a clay pig.
Hold the center.
Bring news of what occurred in my absence.
So you transferring to that army. And then you
I return.
are hiring
How fair the people.
Gong Zhuo. Gong Zhuo's a veteran this time. He's not a scholar. Ah, bollocks, it re-rolled him. He's cowardly, suspicious, and arrogant. That's a terrible commander. I'm going to reload until we get a scholar, because I really do actually want a scholar. Sorry, everyone.
War grows bitter and enduring between you and your enemy. If there is no end in sight, then the people will grow weary of the protracted conflict.
I'm going to try 3 times.
A swift
If I fail on
and
the 3rd
decisive
time,
end to
or if this guy is
matter
really good, then
may be in your
so be it.
best interest. Life is fleeting.
It may also change who he wants to work with.
In these chaotic times,
That's true.
only the strongest can survive the storm that ravages China. The weak are not so fortunate.
Draw inwards and strike out.
Yeah, this was the previous turn. Right, because I moved this guy this time. I was like, why is he moved up already?
Perhaps next time.
I didn't have to do that, or I had to do that last time, but it's because he ended at the end of the turn. He hadn't moved up yet at the end of the previous turn because it did it automatically during the end turn thing. We're on the same page. It's fine. Alright, let's see if he's any good. Gong Zhuo, veteran again. This is the same Gong Zhuo. Once more. Why was he so different last time?
War grows bitter and enduring between you and your enemy. If there is no end in sight, then the people will grow weary of the protracted conflict. A swift and decisive end to this matter
Morty!
may be in your best interest.
I wonder if the manual moving general changed the RNG. I wondered that.
Life is fleeting,
Although that would
as is victory.
not make a huge amount of sense.
In these chaotic times,
It's now
only
certain
the
that he changed
strongest
something.
can
Yeah,
survive
it's weird
the
though.
storm that ravages China. The weak are not.
Yes, you did indeed hear T! And thankfully the end turns are pretty quick.
May this find you in good spirit.
Reject.
Perhaps next time.
Perhaps. Perhaps. For now. He's a veteran again. Same traits. This is like one of the worst characters I've ever seen. Suspicious and arrogant. Oh, sorry, cowardly and arrogant. And for a veteran to be cowardly, that's really bad. Like, I'm going to dismiss you from service because I don't want to pay you. Bad. Start a new game? No. I'm going to see if there's anything else I can do different in the auto
War grows
load
bitter
thing.
and enduring between you and your enemy.
Many RNG
If
systems
there
are based
is
on
no
current
end
states.
in
Changing the
sight,
state could reset it. It's
then
just
the people
weird.
will grow weary of the protracted conflict. A swift and decisive end to this matter may be in your best interest. Life is fleeting, as is victory.
This is going to be the
In
last
these
retry.
chaotic times,
Not going to do it again
only
after
the
this.
strongest can survive the storm that ravages China. The weak.
Hold the center. Exhaustion clouds the mind. Without rest, intent is
Home
blunted.
gladdens the heart.
What can I do? Does that only take the one turn? I just don't want to cancel something which takes longer. Yeah, it's just the one turn.
I return. How fare the people?
There we go. Slightly different.
May this find you in good. Perhaps next time.
Skipping forwards too quickly. He's a veteran again. Cowardly, suspicious, arrogant. It's the same guy. I have no intention of using you.
I shall not waver.
So we could hire someone else, or I could just go on without. Because if I did have to hire them, I'd have to pay them. Like, none of these really stand out to me as exceptional. I mean, Defiant is decent. Elusive Defiant. And also Perceptive Cautious on a healer is quite good. Although, hang on, it's not the healers that
For the people.
have the archers, is it? No, they don't do trebuchets. They do, however, have the Bringers of Righteousness. Healers are the worst
A
archers.
land without people is bereft of
Excels at
spirit.
inspiring troops and fighting its range. Except you don't. You're actually kind of crap at range.
Unify in one direction. Standard stance.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother. It's just too bad that we got unlucky there. Let's do a hard save again, just so I don't have to go back through all of that again. How would I rate this game overall? Very, very highly. It's good. It's extremely good.
Lift the peasants.
Yeah, I have a legendary healer, but he's not actually that good. I don't know why he's legendary, because none of his stats are 100. He does have a lot of resolve. Fair bit of cunning. Charitable doesn't matter unless he becomes a administrator. So I just need to not make him an administrator. I mean, his base stats are decent. Legendary healers are the best leeches. And we could put him in the other army. Damn it, keep misclicking. We'd have to pay 1,000 for him, though. Which isn't itself bad.
My aim is precise.
Oh, and he doesn't want to work with Zhu He. Anyway.
Resist corruption and endure hardships.
You, however, would be quite happy to.
Your
So if we
arrival is
rotated
welcome,
you
my lord.
for Hushu. Hushu is happy to work in this army.
What do you wish, my lord?
Ah, but you're brilliant. No, I don't want to lose the brilliant healer. Yeah, Gong Zhuo is a really good commander. Like, going from one of the worst commanders to one of the best. Not going to switch that out. That's true. Yellow Turbans won't be able to spy. That's very true. They don't even have the espionage tab up here. It's not like Mordred has used spies. That's also true. More because of a lack of reasonably effective spies as opposed to not wanting to use them. Let's get rid of all of those. Character development.
After the steepest climb, one sees all.
And we can use the pig on someone.
Survives on its roots.
Let's just double check that you've all got something special. You don't. Ah, you can use the... Ah, there's no point in you being cunning, though. You can be authoritative for now. And we have a family spear. Expertise and instinct. I mean, that's classic killing ability. And that should probably... be for you. Or, actually,
Deflect
better
with
yet...
shield, cleave with sword.
You can't use spears. God damn it. Spear would be perfect for you.
Serve integrity.
Let me think about this for a second. So that's 1,700 damage versus 2,200. This one does do more armor piercing. And it gives us the instinct and the expertise. The instinct does also increase just base damage. The spear is faster than the G. And adds expertise, which is melee resist, which is excellent in duels. Because armor can be overcome by armor piercing. Yeah, the spear is a better dueling weapon. Which means that you could get a weapon which is higher resolve. Let's give you the military G. Actually, no. Let's see if there's anything which you want to use. Are you able to use this? Axes, swords. Axes, 2 swords, 1 sword. You can't use spears, which the military G is one of.
Bend, do not break.
In that case, you may as well have the upgraded pole hammer. 'Cause why not?
Remain honest.
Did he just say, after the steepest climb, one sees all? Yes, I think so. Is the new unit unlocked per level or multiple? I'm not sure what you mean there.
What was shrunken is now
Sagnet.
plumped with life.
Which new unit? Well, I could have used spies with Kong Rong as well.
Thrust with conviction and strike true.
Remember that you get 1 weapon if you assign your... Oh yes, assignments. We can do that. Except we have no one to assign because we just dismissed him. That's fine. So, do we want Hushu? I mean, he is a legendary. The fact that he's legendary without actually having any legendary stats does make me wonder. Now, does it say what he likes? Respects patience, admires intelligence. Sod it. We'll recruit him. We'll use him in an assignment if nothing else. And he has a lot of assignments, crikey. Can't do healing. Can employ volunteers, which increases farming and income from peasantry. Cannot encourage compassion. He can stimulate the markets, which is commerce, silk, and spice income. We produce spice. No, silk.
A mountain imposes simply by being.
And we don't have any peasantry income at all, so I think we're going to have you assigned here. Stimulating the markets.
Cultivate patience.
And then you lot are going to march on Jincheng.
Moving as one.
You apparently don't know what a road
China
is.
People, not its oppressive warlords.
Oh no, apparently that's just quicker. And we'll stay in this province and hopefully get a little bit of replenishment.
Reject corruption.
Okay.
Raiding party!
You need to upgrade the basic accommodations. Old Man Mordaith, welcome. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to all the raiders. We better throw up some horns to try and resist them. Show how good we are at raiding and that we welcome these raiders. With open raiding arms. Or mugs of tea. We can also welcome them with mugs of tea, this is true. Let's give them a hot drink. Make them welcome. Okay, and we also just got the subservience to the people, so our population growth should be going up pretty nicely now. Extra satisfaction could... No, we're going to get the inner reflection. I want that character experience. Because apparently Yellow Turban leaders are insanely strong. And Hippohi, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. That is true, actually. Oops. Do we have tier 2 tech? We do have tier 2 tech. We should probably see what those do. This actually gives us even more enlightenment. Ancient Rites gives us access to the Venerable Wu, who are light sword infantry, but they use poisoned weapons. And have 60 melee evasion and 40 ranged evasion. These are basically Chinese ninjas. We have Just Governance, which is public order, which hasn't so far been a problem. Promote Wisdom. Increases character and unit experience, which is a scholar assignment, and also more satisfaction for scholars. Tolerate Autonomy, which unlocks a bunch of production buildings. Spreading Wisdom, which also unlocks a bunch of buildings. Rally to the Common Cause, Mustering and Replenishment. Moral Laws, which are the Bringers of Righteousness. Interesting. So these are the combined archers / spears. Or glaives. I wonder if glaives count as spear infantry. Would they get the armor bonus from my faction? Or we can get the healing rituals, which is greatly increased replenishment for healers. Communal maintenance, more buildings. More buildings. Food from farming. Oh, these are the Watchmen of the Peace. These are my crossbows. My heavily armoured crossbows. They have a... They're like Pavese crossbows. 50% range resist. So one of the problems we were struggling with my crossbows in the Liu Biao game is we were very susceptible to ranged fire. These guys have great ranged resistance. Now that's very interesting. 25% more food. Rally sympathizers, population growth and mustering time reduction for veterans. Food production, I guess. And more buildings. I mean, we're nowhere near building unlock requirements. I think I'm still going to stick with the character experience. But having some of these, especially the crossbowman unlock, would be nice. I'm just not convinced we can pay for them. We could actually see how much they would cost. It's these guys. We can't see what their recruitment cost is, unfortunately. We can just see that they would cost us 136 a turn. Which is quite a lot. Yeah, it's quite a lot more expensive than anything else we're paying for right now, so we shall say no. What do you need to build a library? I think that we may already be able to. From each according to their ability, we've gained the Noble Sword, because we sent a character on assignment. Rebellion's might is undeniable as the warriors rise to fight. The people rally to our cause, my lord. You have given them hope for a fair and peaceful future. Gather more of them into your armies, and soon China will be united under the yellow sky. We gain a military great axe. And also a bunch of experience.
Sprout ever upwards to heaven.
And we have gained a clay warrior, a red stallion, a feather fan, and a noble sword. Which is an authority weapon. I'm gonna guess you can't use it though, it's a sword. No. I know who can use a sword though. This guy.